As outlined in my last video, and the one before that, and the one before that, and then the one before that, UConn has a big problem. But Gino has hope, and that hope is Ayanna Patterson, who might be coming back anytime soon. Now, is this real hope for UConn, or is this just fool's gold? We are going to take a look at where she is in her recovery and if this is really a solution. So first, their starting is Aaliyah Edwards, as that's the only big they trust. And it seems like they are intent on playing small ball. I'm not sure what the version is going to be, if it will be Desharm at the 4 or ultimately Aubrey Griffin or what. What I do know is that Gino has totally given up on Amari DeBerry. How do I know that? Well, just in the recent exhibition game, he made sure that he ran out 11 of the 12 players in the first quarter to give them game playing time. But DeBerry did not get on until the end of the second quarter with 2 minutes left. Essentially, she is the third big. She is the third string, and he wasn't even allowing her to get playing time during an exhibition game. He is just totally off DeBerry. I don't know if she's going to get another chance this season. I think it might be highly unlikely, in my opinion. Now that leads me to Ice Brady and the recent game against NC State. As I mentioned in the last video, she was limited to 7 minutes, and you can argue either side of this. Is Gino wise for having, pulling her out, keeping her time slow, and slowly letting her develop? Or do you get development by playing the rookies, letting them feel their mistakes, and just learning by fire? Now, I know I am in the camp of throw them out there, especially if you don't have anybody else. Like, I know she played bad in the first half, but give her a go in the second and see if she learns from it or what the hell happens versus just benching her and then coming out in the press afterwards and just shaking your head ice. Wasn't real happy with her performance, letting everybody know. And then that's the thing. Does Auriemma have a bit of Gruden in him? Does he sort of fall in love with like a quarterback or a player until he doesn't and they disappoint him? So if you see some of the things from DeBerry's freshman year, she's showing promise, this and that, and then you can see him gradually fall out of love with her. And now is that just him giving Ice Brady tough love, or is this the beginning of just another big that's going to fall short and be a disappointment? I think it's way, way too early for that proclamation, but it's just something to keep in mind. But he is always sort of looking for the next shiny object. And what is that shiny object? Well, that is Patterson.
Yeah. Be nice to have her back.
Because you could see that whimsical look in his eye. He's keen for her to come back, and that might be UConn's saving hope is Patterson. Now, is this realistic hope? Probably. Well, in terms of getting back, I would suggest yes. So she underwent knee surgery in mid-June, but it wasn't revealed what she had. All they said, or Gino gave it away and said that, she had something similar to Morgan Tuck, which wasn't real specific because she had a lot of knee injuries. She had a bit of osteoarthritis, but as well, she had an ACL repair. Definitely wasn't an ACL repair, as she would be gone for the season. What I don't know is if she simply had like a tear in her meniscus, which was stitched up and repaired. And if that was the case, then that's generally about 6 months. So she would be, on the timeline to be coming back. Or did she have something more like, did she have like microfracture surgery? Did she have damage to her cartilage, but surgery to repair that? That takes a little bit longer. That can be anywhere from 4 to 7 months. They say that Patterson has started individual workouts. If that's the case, if all goes well, then you would think she might be back and playing in about 3 weeks, maybe a little bit more, because she'll need to be doing team activities and things like that where she's getting bumped in things. So I would say She is 3 to 6 weeks away. So you're probably looking late December, early January for her to, start playing and then building up to meaningful minutes. And why the big hope on Patterson? Well, here's the thing. As he said during the press conference, they're not going to grow. UConn's not going to grow any taller, as he said. And he can say all he wants about, you can rebound when you're small, but it makes a difference. There was one play where Mule was blocking out and doing everything she could, but the girl was bigger than her and got the rebound, and that's the case. And that's why you want size. But like Bill Parcells said, you can't just dial 1-800 and get a quarterback. And it's the same thing for a big. You just can't dial up and get a big. And that's why Patterson is sort of their desperate hope, because he doesn't know if he can count on a freshman to develop. And then Patterson had limited time her freshman year. She only had 18 games where she got over 10 minutes. As well, she only had 4 games where she got 5 rebounds or more. But what she does have is just amazing athleticism. She just jumps off the video when you watch her. I watched the DePaul game in January, and there was a play where the ball got stolen, and she tracked the person down from half court to block the shot. It's amazing. Every time she's the first one down court, she just moves past people and moves so well and can be so physical. So I know what they're thinking is, she doesn't need to be great. She can be raw offensively, but as long as she's willing to bang and get us a few boards, we have more than enough offense with Fudd and Beckers and the rest in our guards. We just need somebody big that can spot Edwards like 5 minutes just to make sure we're all right. Or if we occasionally want to go big, we can put her next to Edwards and bang around. But again, this comes down to development, and that will be the thing with the UConn coaching staff. And can they get it through to the players? This is your job. You're to bang, and that's your one job. Just get it done. And as well, will they persist with Brady and suffer the growing pains right now to pay dividends in March? That will be the question. This will probably be the last one I do for Pigs on the Wild, but I do think it's a fascinating issue, as I think their season ultimately depends on what sort of big play they get, because I know they had a tough first game, but ultimately it's going to come down to that, because they have enough with guards. One way or another they do, and we can argue about what their best lineup is, but ultimately they have enough. But do they have enough up front to go against the stiffer competition? Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and have a great day. Thank you. Good night.